All right, so I was on Facebook today and someone posted like this dream of wouldn't it be cool if in elementary school, the last day before Christmas break, we could wear our pajamas and read all day and have warm beverages. That was my childhood. That's literally what we did in elementary school before Christmas break. And I can't remember what we called it. I think we called it like a read-in or something. But we would bring like a sleeping bag, a stuffed animal or two, snacks, and then books. And we would just read literally the whole half day before break. And so that just made me think, listen, I need to celebrate the fact that it is now Christmas break. So I'm going to have my own cozy reading night at my apartment. Is that different than any other reading night? No, no. I pretty much do this every night, but I'm going to set the tone and make it extra special. So, yes, continue watching if you would like to. Okay, I read in the bathtub and I'm now on page 56 of this book, and I am really loving it because part of it is the reader understands things that Eleanor obviously doesn't, and the other part is it's like a social worker just came to visit Eleanor in her house flat. I don't remember if it was a house or I think it was an apartment. But anyway, yeah, basically we're learning more about Eleanor's past and her traumatic childhood. But the pieces are all not just given to us, like they're given to us in small chunks and we have to figure it out. I really like that. So far, all I know is that her mom is in trouble for something, some crime. I don't know what it is yet. And her mom's in jail and or prison. She speaks to her every Wednesday. And then the social worker just had a note slip out of her file. And so Eleanor read it after the social worker left and basically says that Eleanor as a child was in this home and things were not going well. So the foster parents wanted to remove her. And yeah, so it's really, really good so far. And I like the presentation of it, I guess. I finished Eleanor. The whole time I was reading this, I was thinking, oh, I like this. Maybe 3-star read. I don't think I'm going to keep it. And then I got to the ending and it kept getting better and better and better and better. Now I don't even know if it's a 4-star or 5-star because the ending was so good. So, oh my gosh. And then I was all like chill, relax, just took a bath as you know. And I forgot, I have to teach at 7:30 tonight. I heard my phone go off with like this notification and I'm like, oh my gosh, did I miss class? Because I completely forgot that I was supposed to teach VIP kids. So I like teach kids in China. I teach them English. And it turns out it was my 8:30 kid canceling. So I still get paid for them because they canceled at the last minute. And then I'm just teaching at 7:30 and at 8. So it should be super easy. 2 classes done and I can carry on with my reading party. All right, you guys, first of all, I cannot tell you how many times this year I've taught in my pajamas, which is what I was prepared to do. But my first student, who is like my second favorite kid ever, canceled, which is awesome because I get paid for 2 classes now tonight that I am not teaching. But I do have a student at 8, so I have a half an hour basically unexpected to read again. So I'm gonna get another book. I think that I picked out Wonder, which is like a graphic, I don't even know what it is. It's not really a graphic novel. It's by, what's his name, Brian Selznick or I don't know, something. He wrote The Adventures of Hugo Cabret, and it's almost like a combination to me between a book and a movie, where it's like a few pages of these amazing illustrations and then a few pages of writing like a regular children's chapter book. And it goes, you know, back and forth throughout the whole book. And so, yeah, let's see if I can fly through this tonight. It's really, really thick, but so much of it is pictures and it's a children's book. All right, you guys, it's about 9 o'clock. I am going to end my vlog here so I can just chill for an hour or 2 before going to bed. But I finished my VIP kid class. I was paid for 3 classes today and only taught 1, so that was cool. and I finished Wonderstruck, which ended up being added to my favorites list and is such a good children's book. It is big, but it is big because there are these beautiful illustrations, which maybe I'll take a quick video of and try and show at the end. But it basically alternates between beautiful illustrations and text. And there are so many people on BookTube that I feel like would absolutely love it. Mainly, I would say Sarah from Your True Shelf and Heather from Soggy Expat Book Nerd, because you guys both seem to love children's books as well as you have children at home, so you could actually like read it with them. This is a bit older than I think your kids might be ready for, but I don't know, because sometimes when you process through something with a kid, then, you know, they can do it. But the other person I think would love it is Doris from Aldi Books. Like, I feel like she would just find it so heartwarming and so lovely. But basically, it is the story of this boy whose mom dies in a car accident, and so he ends up having to move in with his cousins. And I mean, it's just like emotional enough that his mom died, but then that he has to have his life, you know, kind of like all switched up and move to a new place and everything. Like, that just makes it so much worse, but obviously that's what happens to a lot of kids. He is already unable to hear in one of his ears, and then something happens and he loses the hearing in his other ear. He does not know how to sign or anything because he's always been able to hear out of one ear, and now he finds it very difficult to communicate. This book is kind of a book in a book. There's like this book from the past, and that's what all the pictures are. And then there's the story of this boy and the adventure he goes on to try and find his dad, and the other story of him like trying to cope with his hearing loss and all this stuff. It also takes place in Minnesota, so it's like just kind of a cozy book for winter. But yeah, obviously the two stories kind of merge, and I loved it so much. I loved the invisible disability that was present. I love the whole, like, obviously very well researched aspect of deaf culture that was represented in the book. And also a lot of the historic information that was in there. Like, for example, my grandma is deaf and she never learned sign language because they viewed lip reading as like the primary method. And part of the book takes place around the time period that my grandma would have been a little girl. So it's like very true to history, and I definitely connected to it in my real life because unfortunately, now that my grandma's hearing is like worse and worse and worse as she ages, we just can't really communicate with her. It's very difficult. When we visit her now, we bring a whiteboard and marker and we write notes, and that's kind of what happened in this book actually. Best book I've read in so long, so read it even if you're not a kid. I hope you guys have a good day or night, and I will talk to you later. Bye.